Hey, good morning. I'm Jim Mayola with the Community Media Center, and it is Thursday, May 27th, and we're down at Transitions Healthcare, and I'm speaking to Leroy Schuerholz. Good morning, Leroy.
Good morning.
How old are you?
Uh-oh. I guess it's 76.
76 years old.
Yeah.
So do you remember what year you were born?
9/24/36, I think it is.
1936. Okay. And Leroy, you're a musician.
Oh yeah, my whole lifetime.
The whole life. You play trumpet?
Mm-hmm.
And tell me about how you got involved with music.
Well, originally I started out with just not a trumpet, but just a bugle.
Mm-hmm.
And I played that for different things, different functions. You know, they used to want people to come around to the cemeteries and play at the different places and all. And then I went ahead and added on got to the trumpet and started doing all kinds of things for all different organizations and different bands. I played with, oh Lord, I don't even know how many of them. I played with the one up in Pennsylvania, and I played with the Myers Band and the Westminster Band and Alicia Band. I don't know whether I missed any or not.
So you played with a lot of local groups then here in Carroll County and the surrounding area.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Now, where did you grow up, Leroy?
Well, actually, I would say in Baltimore.
Okay. And then about how old were you when you moved to Carroll County?
I don't know. I couldn't really say. I'm not sure.
Were you a boy at the time or a young man?
I was young, but not real young.
Yeah.
I mean, so.
And so some of the things you did were you got called in to play the bugle, to play taps?
Oh yeah, I played taps every year for 50-some years.
And that was at the Memorial Parade in Westminster?
Yes, sir.
So you were sort of an icon in Westminster for the Memorial Day Parade. Every year you would play taps for that parade.
And I used to sing for them.
Right, because you have a beautiful singing voice. Now, were you always in the Westminster Municipal Band when you did that, or did you do that before you were in the Westminster Municipal Band?
I did it all the time,
Mm-hmm.
all over. You know, people would call me and ask, well, if I do this, do that, or whatever. And I even played for some cemeteries up in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
They, would call me up and ask they wanted me to come and play, and I'd go ahead and go and do it.
Fantastic. Where did you go to high school, Leroy?
Baltimore Polytechnic Institute.
Okay. Did you have music courses there?
No.
Okay. They didn't have a music program.
No.
Yeah,
What my music experience was way back. I started off, and one fellow that used to play on the radio, and he was a music teacher, and he got me under him, and I studied with him. And then I was with a whole lot of others with I'm trying to think of the name. I don't know, Diverso, I think it was. I'm not positive.
Okay.
I'm not positive that's the right name, but I think it is. And see, I played all different places around. I played for churches. I played for other civic organizations. And of course, like I say, I also sang at the same time. So it was both together.
Did you have any formal training, Leroy? Did you have any formal training as far as vocalist or as far as your trumpet, or did you just pick it up on your own?
No, basically what it was, I was singing in the choirs from, Lord, I don't know how young I was. I don't know, I guess I was only 6 years old.
No kidding, yeah.
And I was not in the junior choir, I was singing in the adult choir.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard you sing before, and you have just a lovely voice. You've always had a lot of talent then.
Well, that's what everybody says, you know. So, but what I tell them to do, praise the Lord, because it's His gift.
Absolutely.
And I get the opportunity to use it.
Absolutely. Now, you were in the Westminster Municipal Band for a while, and they had a side band that was a German band. Isn't that correct?
Oh, yeah.
And somewhere along the line, you ended up taking over that band. I think it was going to go out of business, and you took it over. Can you tell that story?
Well, I don't know how it come to be to take it over, but it was, I guess because there was nobody else on the main band was willing to keep it together, and I wanted to keep the group together, so I kind of formed my own German band, and I got the good players, and we got together, and we went around all different places for different civics, entertainments, and churches, and whatever, you know, so, and that's how that got started.
Right. What was the name of that band?
I think most of the time I only just called it the Little German Band.
Little German Band, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And you had about 7 or 8 members in that band. Let's see, you had 2 trumpets, a trombone, a baritone horn, a tuba, and 2 clarinets, if I remember. And you played, what kind of music did you do?
Well, we tried to make cover all music, not just be like, we love to play Dixieland, but we put all the music in order to go to the churches and all and play for them. That way you have all different variety of music. And,
right. So you did the polkas and the regular German stuff, I guess the marches and that kind of thing.
Yeah, and popular songs.
And some dance music.
And so, and I don't know what else you could say about it other than that it was always really in demand. So that was good.
Absolutely.
So you knew you were doing okay when they when they asked for you. So that was really wonderful.
Yeah, I know that band played probably 20 or 30 times a year, didn't it, in the county?
Oh, yeah.
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 Yeah. Now, didn't the German band go, now the Westminster Municipal Band goes down to Ocean City every year in the summer for the annual Fireman's Parade. Didn't the German band used to go down with that group and perform as well?
Yeah. Yeah, see, because it was a combination of the two, you know, the German band and the Westminster band, see, so when they went down there, the people were there for the German band, so we did the jobs for the German band while we were there. And we used to play at all the different, you know, like in the, what do you call the big building that they had down there in Ocean City? I can't think of it.
Oh, the big conference center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We used to play there, so. And then, of course, we played in wherever we stayed, usually we play there. And wherever we got jobs people asked about, so we would go ahead and play and have a good time, and everybody seemed to be well satisfied, so, and it just kept on going and going. So
A long history of playing music. So you say you've played, you've done the taps for the Memorial Parade for over 50 years. How long were you in the Westminster Municipal Band?
Lord. I was in the Myers Band first, and the Municipal Band, I guess I was in that, I guess close to 30 years.
Wow.
So.
And you say you also performed with the Alicia Band. So they did mostly concerts?
Oh yeah, we did concerts, and they had, you know, different regular things on every schedule of every year, you know, that you have the performances for.
And I guess you've marched in a lot of carnival parades.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I used to march with one band in the same parade, and then I'd go and get in the other band and go through the second time.
In the same parade?
Yeah, same parade, because they wanted me to play. Say, yeah, all we kept saying, well, you're good, we're good, you got to come with us.
Sure.
And I said, okay. I said, as long as I can do it, I'll do it. So, and that's what I used to do.
Fantastic. That's awful tiresome, though. Walking in those parades.
Yeah, but I was a lot younger.
Well, sure. Now, do you still play your horn?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So, not near as much as I did, but
Right.
I played the other day, and I try to get it. It's hard to work everything out to take your horn and go outside and play.
Yeah.
Usually I try to catch when the ones are going out to smoke,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll take my horn and go along and go out on the back porch out here, and
Right.
I'll play out there.
Mm-hmm.
So that way it doesn't bother anybody.
Right.
So, because I couldn't just sit in the room, and play. So,
Yeah, I understand.
because it's 4 in one room. So,
But it's nice when it's a nice, pretty day. You can go outside and practice your horn.
yeah.
Yeah, I was here talking to some other folks, and they were bragging about how good you sound when you're playing your horn, how nice it sounds. So that's a great thing. So you're sort of an icon around here, the resident musician.
Well, see, that's actually, you might as well say, was my whole lifetime, because I was a young kid when I started out down in Baltimore on Harrod Street, on the music places down there that they had, the music stores would have lessons on the second floor.
Right.
And I used to go down there and I played with them, and I don't know how long. Good golly day, I was young then, I guess I was, I don't know, maybe 10 years old, that's all. 10 or 12 years old.
Wow. And that's when you were first starting out.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, I started on my own. I was playing in my own place, my apartment, or house, or whatever it was, whether I was still at home, and that's when I started. I started playing, and I just kept on going. So the neighbor said, "Well, you can't quit," she said, "because we'll miss you doing it."
Yeah. So you went down to Howard Street to the music stores and took lessons down there?
Yeah, I took some lessons. I didn't take a whole lot of them, but I did take lessons. I took some from a guy that was had to do with Broadway. He was professional and played with them, and he kind of took a liking to me, and so then he helped me out, and different ones. I'm trying to think of the names, but I can't recall the names of it.
So I bet you've seen a lot of changes in Carroll County over the years.
Oh yeah, yeah.
When you first came into the county, I guess it was probably in the well, you say you were born in the 30s, so you probably came into Carroll County in the 40s or the 50s. And so there's been a lot of changes, haven't there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
Yeah. Can you talk about those a little bit? What you've seen different than here now than it was like in the 50s?
Well, when it was back there, see, it was more or less everything was centered on either some kind of organization, and that's what made the things go on that took place. It was the different organizations. It was churches. It was civic organizations and everything, and the VFW and all those, and that made it so that you had like a constant turnover all the time. So you didn't have to worry about not having some place to go and play or whatever. So.
Right.
And that was a help,
Sure.
So,
What other changes have you seen in the community since you
Well,
first came to Carroll County?
When you first used to go out, it was just kind of, I don't know, kind of quiet, like, but then it got to where it was publicized in the Memorial Day things and everything, and they would have us play, and they also, I would do the taps all the time. I don't remember how many years, but it's many, many years. So I used to even go up to Pennsylvania, and I played taps up there for the ones up there in the Legion. And so it's hard to say that I never even thought about, at the time. I just would, when people ask, I'd go ahead and do it.
And just do it.
And
I guess you've seen the crowds get bigger. There's probably, when you first started, the crowds weren't nearly as large as they are today at the Memorial Day parades.
Oh, no, it would just be just a few people, along the streets and all, that would be. But now it's a tremendous amount, usually. And of course, they're so much more sponsored today than what they were back then. So they would just have a parade, and then different groups would get in to sign up to get in the parade. And so, but today they organized it, that they want certain groups to play. So, and I can't even remember all the different bands that I played for.
Now, Leroy, at the Memorial Day parade, they have a regular procedure that they have. They have a lot of people that come dressed in uniforms, of course, all the military people, but they'll even have some Civil War reenactors that come there dressed in Civil War uniforms. They always have somebody that reads the Gettysburg Address, and then they always have the firing of the guns. Now, at the Memorial Day parade in Westminster, they actually fire off the howitzers, which is really amazing, because it shakes you can feel it in your feet. It shakes the ground.
Oh yeah, sure.
And so, and thousands of people are there.
Some of the people said that they could get a vibration in their windows of the houses.
I believe that. Yeah.
So
that's a huge event, and every year you would play for at least, well, you said 50 years. You would play taps at that event. And so you become an icon for the community doing that. That's really remarkable. For a young trumpet player starting out today, somebody that's 8 or 9 or 10 years old that wants to take up the trumpet, what advice would you give them?
Well, the main thing is they have to find somebody that is a good teacher and willing to work with them and wants the kid, to work with. And that's what they have to do. They'll have to ask around and see what's available today, because I don't even know myself now. I used to know because Conn Conservatory down in Harrod Street in Baltimore, and a couple of other different places, even some of them from the Broadway musical. There was a couple of people that used to have lessons privately, and it was, I don't know what the setup is now, because I haven't been there for a long time. I haven't even been down there or nothing.
So find a good teacher, and then how much time should they spend practicing?
Well, you got to practice every day, whatever amount of time you can squeeze in. The more you put into it, the better you're going to be. So that's, of course, with anything, that you do. The more you work at it, the better it gets. And it's the same way with the music. You just have to keep at it. You don't want to just do it once in a while, because then it's not the same. You play it the same, but it doesn't sound the same, because it doesn't have the same thing when you're constantly doing it. It has a better body to it. I'll put it that way, best word to explain it. And so you have to, the kids today, number one, the parents need to be behind them. Number two, they have to be willing to do what the best they can do, and do as much of it. because there's so much going on today. You know, there's so many other things, so many activities of all kinds. So it makes it harder today, because back then there was only just a few things. Now they got so many organizations that Lord knows I don't even know how many.
Many distractions.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, well, that's great advice, Leroy. I guess you're going to keep playing for as long as you can.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And you still sing?
Oh, oh, yeah, I see you, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, they ask me all the time. I've sang in here several times already.
Yeah.
And in fact, the room we're sitting in, I've sang in here, a couple in this room. Somebody would come in and play the organ, and then they ask me to sing, and I'd sing in this, sing here.
Yeah.
So I still have people ask me, you know, about singing. So
Yeah.
I'd like to let me know ahead of time.
Right.
That's the best thing,
Sure.
because I still have the music up in my room, but I don't memorize anymore because I can't remember.
Yeah. But you've still got the vocal cords, and you've still got the passion, and you've still got the music in your blood.
Oh, yeah.
And so you still are going to keep doing it as long as you can.
Yeah, well, I want to keep going as long as I can until it's over. So.
That's fascinating. Well, Leroy, it has been a real pleasure talking to you today, and thank you for taking the time. And any other final words for anybody that would be viewing this about what you'd like to tell people that are aspiring to be singers or musicians?
Well, the main thing is the parents behind the kids is they need to be back behind them, because otherwise it's very hard for the kids to want to go out and do stuff with nobody behind them, and that makes a big difference. So today the parents need to be behind me with the kids, and so that they know that they're being appreciated, and that gives them more of an instinct to keep going, you know, and try and do better, and that's the thing of it. You can't just think it's going to happen on its own. You have to work at it.
Right. Now, did you have somebody that was a model for you, that supported you when you were coming up, that helped you out?
Oh, I can't think of the man's name, but it was down on Howard Street in one of the music stores down there. And he was originally from Broadway. He was worked with their programs they had up on Broadway, and he got a place down on Howard Street in Baltimore. And he was the main one that kept, you know, kind of kept behind me or helped me or whatever, however you want. I don't know how you want to put it, but he was interested in me, I guess.
And encouraged.
Yeah.
Good.
So, and it makes a big difference. And I've always, I mean, I started out singing in churches. Lord, I don't even know how old I was. Probably only about 5 or 6 years old. And I just kept on going and kept on getting the Broadway of the program that I was doing. I made many different things, where in the beginning it was just strictly almost for church in the very beginning, and then after that it was branched out into civic organizations and other functions, and special people will call up and ask if I could do things for them, and so that's the way it just kept on going. But you got to be willing to put in the time and work at it, because it just doesn't come easy.
Right. Music's a lot of work, but it's given you many opportunities.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And see, the more you do, the more opportunities you have. So that's the way it is.
Well, that's great advice right there for young people, to get involved and do as much as they can in any variety of ways that they can, singing and playing and whatever. As they advance, they'll have more and more opportunities. Well, Leroy, thank you so very much for talking to me today. It's been a real pleasure.
Well, thank you very much for having me, and I hope what I've said is help somebody else. That's the only thing I can say. Encourage them along the way. Just never give up.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.